Okay, it is working. Hi, everybody. I'm here with Storm from Storm Reads and Julian Lindsay, or Jaqueline Frost, aka Julian Lindsay. Julian, we're so happy to have you.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, I'm so excited about this whole read along and the new book that's coming out. You have no idea. I think most people that are here maybe have read it along with us or are planning to, or maybe a complete reread. But if you want to tell us like some of the synopsis of the Christmas Tree Farm series, and then I'm sure people have questions and we'll go through some of your main thoughts about the book.
Okay. So, a general synopsis of the series is that my heroine, Holly White, has gone off to college and started a life somewhere else and was going to get married on Christmas Eve. And that didn't work out. So she's packed up all her things, and in book one, she's still got the moving truck and everything. She returns home to this Christmas themed town that she grew up in. It's called Mistletoe, Maine. And she grew up on the Christmas tree farm, which is called Reindeer Games. And they really play reindeer games for the 12 days of Christmas. And she's just kind of wondering why she laughed at one point, but really figuring out what it's like to be an adult in that world. So
it is truly one of the like coziest of cozies to me, which makes it one of my favorites because y'all know,
it's whimsical.
It is. It's really great. And I've told both of them I have a little bit of a probably not the next reindeer game for Julie's books, but I thought might be a fun Christmas game that would be easy to play virtually. But before we do that, I figure we'll say hi to everybody because I think there's some people that want to say hello. Hi, Taylor. Says hi, first time joining. Well, we're happy you're here. Have you read the book? What did you think? Have you read My Demise? Did you solve
I've been holding on to that demise because I had an e-arc and I was like, I want to read it now, but I'm like trying to hold off and read it with you guys.
I know. Emily says, hi, everyone. I love the book. Yes, Emily. That is awesome. Nikki, also first time. Hi, Nikki. It's good to see you. Also, let us know if you read the book, if you've read all of them, if it's a reread, and did you solve My Demise if you've read the arc of the new one that comes out in October?
Yes.
October 17th?
The 17th or the 19th. I keep getting it flipped. Something in my brain won't make it stick. Whichever one of those is Tuesday, that's the one.
Gotcha. Hey, Cajun. She says, hi, everyone. I just love this series. Yay. Absolutely. Cav says, this is my second time reading the 12 Sleighs of Christmas, and it was just as good. That's what I said. That's the first thing I said was, I really did enjoy it. Honest to goodness, I really enjoyed it the second time just as much.
Yes, I did too. Yeah. It was kind of fun because I've had the e-arc of like all of them. And this time I decided to listen to them, and so it was a different experience. And I really liked the narrator. She's like really good.
She's so good.
The narrator, Storm, that's a great point because I had also read it ebook wise the first time. So I listened to it this time. And what was really fun is Cookie and her accent. You got to hear it. There's a point in time where one of the side characters does a British accent during a reindeer game. And the narrator did a great job, and it was just really fun to hear. Like I enjoyed that. The characters, including quirky secondary ones, made it feel like coming home. I agree. Yeah. Hey, Kay, really enjoyed the series. Kay's my mother-in-law, so everybody be on their best behavior. Hi, Kay. My husband just left their state visiting Kay. And he just landed, Kay, and he's on his way home. So there you go. Hey, Regina. She says, good evening, everyone. Hi, Regina. Danielle says, hi, everyone. Jennifer says, hi, welcome, Julie. Love this series. Hi, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Hi, Vivian. Vivian says, hello, everyone, or evening, everyone. Hey, Alicia says, hello, everyone. I really enjoyed the first book in this series. Yes, Regina. Hey, Elizabeth. Susan says, hi, friends. Happy to be here. Well, we're happy to have you. If you have any questions, throw them in here. Please feel free to join the chat. Hi. I enjoyed reading the book and just finished the second one in the series. Excellent, Helen. Glad you're here. I can't wait to see Tiffany get off.
Me too. Can you tell who all our friends are? We're all excited to see her get off.
Plan to read the second book soon. Awesome. It was my favorite book so far this year. I'm excited to read the second one in August. Awesome. Oh, that's so cool. And I know that I put all the dates in the messages that I put up, but Julie's also doing a read along on Sunday nights on her Facebook group, the Cozy Queens. So make sure y'all join that. They're on Sundays, and the next one for hers is August. When's your book due? I have the date. Hold on.
I mean, I could probably look at my calendar here. The 13th, does that sound right? The 13th? 13th. I can't talk. The 13th, Sunday?
Yep, August 13th and then September 10th is the third one. So those are at 7 p.m. Eastern on her channel. And it was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. Hi, everyone. Happy to meet you. Can't wait to see Tiffany on page. Thank you. See, she was so much nicer than Kate.
I was going to say, yeah, that was a lot sweeter than everybody else.
Loved the book. First time reading series and reading along with the read-alongs. Yay. I listened to this time too and really enjoyed the narrator as well. Everybody's liking the narrator. I actually listened to the audiobook for both books. Cookie is hysterical. I agree. Cookie is a fabulous side character. I love her. I love Cookie, one of my all-time favorite characters.
Yay. That's huge. I know how much you guys read, so those comments, I know how big that is. Thank you so much.
I'm trying to be better about asking authors like the day their book comes out, like when their next one is, because I'm like, as a reader, as soon as it comes out, I might devour it in a day and I'm ready for the next one, but they've worked like their entire year for that book, So I'm trying to be better about that perspective. Like, okay, I'll wait till the 19th, like 2 days after to ask. Yes. Okay, good. October 17th. I was thinking that is awesome. Thank you. I love Cookie's fake accent. I read the first time and listened this time. Exactly, Jennifer. And Cav says, all the Christmas details are so clever. How on earth did you think of them all? Are reindeer games a real thing somewhere in the world or a product of your imagination? Great question, Cav.
Yeah. The details. So when I was asked to write this story, or the first story, it was because I was writing these Kitty Couture mysteries for the publisher, and I write really fast. So I had written all of them before the first one ever released, and I was ready to sign on to write more. And they said, well, we want to see if anyone buys them first. So just kind of to keep me busy, they said, we had a meeting at the publishing house, and we think we could sell a series set on a Christmas tree farm, maybe in New England somewhere. Do you want to write that instead while we wait for your book to come out? And that's how I just kind of fell into this. So they handed it over to me, and I got to create the world. And I hadn't read any Christmas themed cozies at that point. So I asked my agent, like, how much is too much? Am I doing too much? Am I, is it crossing into corny, or is it still cool? And she said, do all the Christmas. Make it obnoxiously Christmas, because the people that pick up the Christmas books, they want to be drenched in Christmas. So, so I just went all out with it, and she never told me to cut back on anything. So, and the reindeer games, I just make them up. When my kids were small, they're the only grandkids, and I would try to keep them busy. Like at Thanksgiving, at Christmas, I would try to come up with small scale, like pull them aside just to keep them busy so that they didn't interrupt all the, the stuffier grown up stuff that, so I just took that and ran with it too.
Yeah. The reindeer games are so fun. It just feels, it's just like Storm said, whimsical. It's just, it's a great word. Good question, Cav. Hello, everyone. Hi, Jessica Lynn. So excited for this. I love all of your books, Julie. Oh, I wanted to say the Kitty Couture series is really a lot of fun too. The main character
is one of my favorites.
Pet boutique, y'all. A pet boutique called Furry
Godmother.
Yeah. And if you have Audible Plus, all of them are available on Audible Plus.
Their actress is Brittany Presley, and she's fantastic. Like, I hit the jackpot when they assigned her that series. She makes it all better.
I was really bummed whenever there was no more of that one. I like that.
Me too. I was crushed.
Oh, it's well worth the listen. Hi, Danny. Says, hello, everyone. I haven't read this series, but I would love to. Awesome.
Yay.
Awesome. I can't wait to see Tiffany's sweet alter ego in the story after all. It's the nice ones that get murdered. Fair enough. Hey, gamer. It's good to see you. I absolutely love Christmas. I live on Mid Mountain in Virginia, right next to a Christmas tree farm. So this will be perfect.
Cool.
That is awesome. That is awesome. You need to go, Danny. Your assignment is to go visit and see if they have reindeer games of their own, and then report back to us because somebody was just asking. I do, or the Kitty Couture, the narrator for the series, is really good too. Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't wait to read it. Yes, Helen, that is awesome. And then Stephanie says, loved the first book, gave it 5 stars. And Stephanie, your profile is adorable. It's absolutely adorable.
I gave it 5 stars too.
So Julie did a lot of some of her thoughts on her live, and I said, if you want to pick out a few of Storm mentioned, like maybe your favorites or just ones that you think are bigger to the story to share with us, that would be awesome. Whatever you want to share.
So I've been going through and just trying to think. It was a lot of fun to go back and read this. I listened to it, but it's been, I think this came out in 2017 or 2018, which means I'd written it maybe a year before that. And I've probably written 25 or more novels since then in a ton of different worlds. And I write romantic suspense. And so it truly, truly was like reading it for the first time, and it didn't feel like my words. And so I really had fun. It was like experiencing it brand new. And so most of the comments really had to do with meeting each character, because I had forgotten what it was like for Holly to come home as an adult and meet these characters. Like Ray remembers her. He had the high school crush on the upperclassman, and she's kind of like, you're abducting me, right? You're going to abduct me. Then she thinks he's, a bad guy because he's a newspaper person. But their banter was so good that I could tell just listening, these guys are meant to be great friends. And I intentionally made them really good together because at the time people were getting really upset about love triangles. And I don't know, some petty part of me was like, I'm going to set this up so it looks like a love triangle just to get people all worked up. But it was never
did. You did. I know you said that, and I was like, it was brilliant because that's the thing I thought, because we'd already met, the sheriff, and so I was like, oh, are you kidding? And so it was so funny when you said,
I was so careful, because if I had made it, like if I had sold it too hard, the people with the pitchforks when the love triangles come would have put my book down. So I had to make sure it wasn't so much that anyone would quit reading, but I wanted to provoke them just a little enough that they kept turning just to make sure.
I was wanting him to be the killer so that we wouldn't have to worry about him.
No love triangles. Yeah.
That is too funny, because that's exactly what I thought. I was like, no, as soon as we because I just thought that's what you were going.
I swear, every time I start a cozy mystery series and there's 2 guys or something, I'm like, no,
not again. No triangles.
Yeah. Or like when you start a series and the person's married, you're like, hallelujah. Yes. Oh, that's too funny. That is awesome.
I loved the relationship that was created with her parents too, because I see a lot of older people in cozies that are just have very strong relationships with maybe granddaughters, or like skip a generation. But I don't always see a lot of really tight relationships with parents. And these parents adore one another and Holly. I mean, she's 27 and still calls him daddy, which I thought, once in a while, sometimes it was my dad, but I don't know, that little slip of innocence of just, she purely as a grown adult woman, she's been terrorized, she just wanted her dad, or she knew he would take care of it. And seeing him get angry on her behalf, and the frustration of trying to protect her when she's just too old to control. He shared that frustration with the detective, right? Or the sheriff. I don't know. I really had, as I listened to it again, I saw the relationships. It just became all about how much these people love each other, even outside the family, the community. It's just so, I want to move to Mistletoe, please.
Right? I know. There was a part that made me laugh with the dad, and I think you mentioned it at one point, and I was like, yeah, I knew exactly what you're talking about, where he's like trying to be like really like manly or so. I don't remember what it's about.
Oh,
but he
I know
says
you
something,
mean.
and both his wife and his daughter make a comment like,
tells the mom and the daughter, you need to knock it off. And it comes from his heart. He doesn't want them in danger. And he's like, I'm the head of this household. You're supposed to listen to me. And they're like, glared and then burst into laughter. And he's like, I'm leaving. Call me if you need me.
That just says, I mean, and he didn't get mad. That just shows you their their bond. It was really funny because both of them were like, I mean, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Her cat. I had fun writing her cat too. Oh, I have cats that they don't love me. They don't come around. If I sneak, like if I get near and pet them, they will stand up and move just out of my reach and lay back down. And so Cindy Lou Who is 100% my cats. They want fed, and they want me to get out of their space. Goodbye. So that's where that came from.
Our neighbor has a dog like that, kind of. Oh. Me and my dad go for a walk every morning, and it wants to go walk with us. But if you try to like, come here, no, it'll get real close, and then you reach out and it takes off.
Sucker.
It's like, I'll walk with you, but you can't touch me.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Cindy Lou is I first of all, the name is fantastic. I mean, obviously. So but yeah. Cats really do add a lot of personality to cozies, I feel like.
Yeah, I had forgot how much she was in there until I read this first book, and now I'm upping my. I don't know if you guys can hear the storm. It's just like the sky opened in Ohio. Yeah, so I'm making a conscious effort to put her in as much as possible moving forward, because she was a delight.
She really was. I agree. Said, hello all, always happy to be with fellow cozy book lovers. Yay. Exactly. I agree. We're happy to have you. Your profile is also pretty awesome. Susan says, hi everyone. I've read all the books so far except for The Big Demise. I'll read that when everyone else does. Yes. Danny says, haha, absolutely. They have hot chocolate, snacks, Santa, and a giant snowman. It's like a Hallmark movie. Nancy Nagel doesn't live very far from me. That is amazing.
Oh, very cool.
Tell us where this is again.
This is where Nancy lives?
Yeah. Well, where Danny the Christmas tree farm that she's talking about. I think she said Virginia.
Okay.
I like Ray. Yeah. I think, once she realized that he wasn't a reporter, that was just after trying to, smear her or tell.
Yeah. Oh, and Caroline. So Holly, I forgot that she's not, I moved home after this breakup. She really was just, like I said, she still had the U-Haul, or the moving truck, and she's trying to hawk her wedding dress and cancel everything. And that had to be the absolute pits. And then she comes across Caroline, and now I know that they become the best of friends and just trust one another with their lives. But in this, it was so strange to see her go to the bakery to cancel a cake, and Caroline's just in there working and says, I was going to forge your signature to cancel this if you didn't show up, because I didn't want you to have to pay. And so right away we see her as like this good-hearted, just kind person. She totally didn't have to do that or even think twice about Holly. And Holly only remembers her from high school when Caroline was just fancy and kind of not her person, not her kind of, they didn't connect even though they grew up together. And I think about that a lot, how much we grow and change, and we don't really realize it, but we still have ideas about people we haven't seen in 20 years. And
yeah,
we're just.
I liked how they would kind of like become instant like friends there. It's like,
Yes.
hey, I can't do this, but hey, let's go get a drink or do whatever. And, best buds from then on or whatever.
Oh, that's right. She said there's not too many girls to be.
Not a lot of girls here, so let's be friends.
Friends are so important.
I also thought a big reveal of Cookie's character, although Cookie was lovable from the very start, when she's like, yeah, here's some money for a business. Go ahead, Caroline, open a bakery. And Caroline's like, don't you want my business plan? Cookie's like, nah. She's like, me and the goat think it's fine or whatever.
Right, we've got it. She hands her Caroline has a professional business plan because she's so organized. And Cookie's like, I didn't know there'd be homework. I don't want this. Just take my money.
But I mean, talk about like just, absolute compassion for someone. She's like, yeah, no, we know you're good.
I know it.
I'm a love triangle pitchfork carrying cozy reader.
Got it, girl.
Wow, that's a label. Thank you, Cab. That was hilarious. Storm, I thought the same thing around the love triangle. Hey, Donna. Donna says, good evening, all. I haven't read it yet, but I'm here for the discussion. Excellent.
Yay.
We're happy to have you. Hi, Bianca. She says, hello, lovelies.
Bianca, hi. I'm so excited. I'm seeing some of my friends and Cozy Queens in here. I love that the cozy world overlaps. It's like such a huge community, but it's also such a small community. I love it. We're all connected.
I'm sure I will love this series, hearing all about it. Come to Bent Mountain. It's so much like a little cozy town. That is so awesome.
That's like a perfect, like, cozy mystery kind of town too. Bent Mountain. It just sounds,
I need to visit.
My little saw me reading them and have decided to celebrate Christmas. Christmas. Oh, that's adorable. That's adorable. The mountain in Virginia. Gotcha. Okay. Right? They honestly, I agree. I love Caroline. Yeah. I follow and watch y'all channel. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I really liked that. Like Storm said that, like, because there was the only thing she remembered about Caroline was that they weren't friends, and that like she, basically that she didn't have a relationship with her or didn't care for her, and so they were both just so like. I think it's easy to have preconceived notions even after 20 years, like you said. And so it was just more like, well, there's not many other girls in town, so let's just see. And they instantly were like two different people because after 20 years, you're a different person. And I love that. I thought that was
had a lot of fun with Caroline. I made her after the Caroline on the Vampire Diaries. Like her, that's what she looks like in my mind. She looks like Carolyn West. And yeah, so here's Holly, who just grew up on a farm. She's always reading books under a tree. And Caroline's the mayor's daughter. She always looks just right and behaves just right. And that probably was a little intimidating or maybe even weird, I don't know, to Holly, who was so earthy and, her parents are anything goes kind of supportive parents. And then we get to start unpacking Caroline on the page and we see she's got this huge heart. And the reason she always looks and acts exactly right is because her parents, the mayor and Dr. West, have kind of molded and shaped her to be a reflection of them. And the poor girl never gets a break because she's not even allowed to be angry because it's not becoming a woman.
I just want to make cupcakes.
Yes.
I don't care about that stuff.
Yeah. She like says something about like a really bad date, and they're like, "Well, who on earth would you set you up with someone like that?" She's like, "My dad."
Political ventures, yeah. She said, "Only date boneheads."
Oh, that's too funny. I also really, really liked it that Holly called the sheriff. I can't think of his name.
Evan Gray.
Evan. She called him Sheriff Gray the whole entire book.
Yeah.
Like, and then at the very end, he's like, why do you call me that? She's like, it's your name. It's like when you ask a 3-year-old, what's your mom's name? And they're like, Mommy, duh. Like, that's how her answer was. It cracked me up.
See, yeah, she looked at his badge. Is that not your name?
Well, you would think, though, I mean, he's supposed to be an authority figure too, and he's trying to solve this crime, and her father is like a suspect. So yeah, she's going to be like kind of formal, I would think, with him, Sheriff Gray. I'm not going to call you Evan because you're the Sheriff Gray. Which I think you write a really good like male character too, and probably because you do write like the romantic suspense type things and stuff that we could write a really good man because he was kind of swoony.
He was sweet and so perplexed. He's this hard-nosed Boston homicide detective who went to Mistletoe because he was burnt out and there wasn't a murder in the last 40 years. So it was going to be a cakey job. And it kind of was, I think, till right around the
And then
time
Holly moves to town.
Holly comes back.
Exactly. I also thought the narrator did a really good job with the Boston accent. Just on certain words that you would totally expect, you could hear that, that very distinct Boston accent. I work with someone who is from Boston because everybody in Florida is from somewhere else. Very rarely do you meet a Florida native. And she's been here forever, but every day she'll say, "We getting that drawer?" And I'm like, "It's a drawer. We getting that drawer?" And there's just certain words that have that like very distinct Boston accent. And I thought the narrator did an awesome job with that.
Yeah. She's such a nice person too. I talked to her on the phone a few times about a different project, like a side project I was going to head up. So we, cutting out the middleman, the publisher. And it was really fun to talk to her. She's so kind, and I don't know. It's probably the reader world. The book world is just so welcoming.
Yeah, that is cool. That is awesome. I don't know how adorable baking and listening to Christmas carols on repeat is. Well, only because I'm not there. I think it's adorable, but I'm also not, listening to Christmas carols on repeat in July. So I understand. Look up Benton Mountain Lodge. It's beautiful. I will. Thank you. They are my neighbors. That is awesome. It sounds amazing. I want to eat her cupcakes. Yes, Helen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Caroline's cupcakes. Oh, yes. I always see bits of things that were like in my peripheral world when I write this or that. And I must have still been watching Vampire Diaries back then. It must have still been, or even there was a spinoff show that Caroline went into, but I loved her.
That is awesome. Although my 4-year-old has decided to learn our first names and does not want to go back to mom and dad. It's very mature. Do you get to meet the narrators? How does that work?
I don't usually get to meet them. Honestly, the only time I've gotten any input was on the Kitty Couture mysteries. That, for whatever reason, I don't know what was different about that time than anything else. Because this series is with that publisher, so I can't say it was, one publisher over another. They sent me maybe a few minutes, 3 minutes of audio from several different actresses and just asked me if one felt like the main character to me, like if one was hitting the spot, and Brittany Presley was killing it. Other than that, it's just a surprise, but they always pick really well.
That is awesome. I really like the atmosphere that you've also created on the Christmas Tree Farm. Just like the cookie shop. Well, I guess it's a bakery or a cafe.
Yeah. Like it's kind of like a cafe that rarely serves anything but sweets, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, it's a bakery cafe. But I mean, I just picture it like Candyland, like in my head.
Yeah,
just
kind of. Yeah,
it's a cafe you would expect on a Christmas tree farm. It's got cocoa and cookies and all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
candy canes and So.
I just absolutely love it. That's so neat. Yeah. I agree. Each book you have different reindeer games, right?
I do, and
You
I
add something?
try. I try so hard to do a mix. So I put a bunch of games in the first book, but then every book since then, I've wanted to at least give a nod to or mention my name, the different games we've already seen, because just to show how many there are to new readers, but old readers, I want them to maybe get like, oh, I know that one, or I played that one last book, and then I also have to come up with some new ones so that we can keep the fun going. It's not the same games every year. So
I did think it was funny that like the game that they rolled a snowball.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I like that one.
And they were like, yeah, we have the EMTs at the bottom, and Sheriff Gray's like, huh? He's like,
what kind of game is this? Yeah, he's like, where have I moved? What is this place?
He's like, maybe this isn't the best game idea. So funny.
He signed up anyway.
I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but I need this play. I know, Bianca. I know. I totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah, see, like a Christmas candy land. Yeah. I want to visit the pie shop. Yeah.
The pie shop, the one place in town the sheriff goes in every single day just to listen. So he stays on top of all the scoop in town.
Well, and small towns are like that.
Yeah.
There's always one place where the people that know everything about what's going on in the town, and I mean everything, are going to be at the hen house from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. every day.
Yeah. It's like in Murder, She Wrote. It's the beauty shop. So.
Yes.
Yeah. I love the peppermint pieces for bingo markers. The games are so fun. Yeah. Do you come up with games at events asking because these games are fun?
No one ever asks me to do games at events. I need to start.
They read the one about the snowball and they're going.
Yeah. Well, I do have a game here.
Ooh.
It's probably not going to make your reindeer games book list, but it's called Never Have I Ever, which we've probably all played that, but it's Christmas edition, completely PG, just so you know. So I figure I'll get Storms and your answers. I'll give an answer. And if you guys want to put it in the comments, we'd love to hear your guys' answers. So never have I ever found and unwrapped a gift and wrapped it back so someone wouldn't know.
I haven't done that.
I kind of sort of have done that. I can remember going under the tree as a child and like peeling the corner, the tape on the ends, and then just trying to get enough of a look to see if it was, because toys aren't in boxes like clothes and things are when you get older. The box they come in like says what it is. Oh yeah, I'm not good with secrets. I want to know everything all the time. So
I have done that too.
I have a story about my brother though. When he was little, like I don't even know if I was born yet or if I was probably really small. But my mom and them had like this huge trunk, and that's where they'd put all the presents, everything in it. They were wrapped and in there, but then he didn't know because they're supposed to be from Santa. And one year he found them, and he found all these presents and everything. And then they got aggravated, so they decided they were going to like hide them again. But then whenever Christmas comes, there was nothing under the tree because they said naughty boys don't get presents.
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
He was like, because he looked back in the trunk and he's like, they're gone. And so he was all and then so they like naughty boys don't get presents. So.
There's a meme that reminds me of this little, I guess it's a meme that comes where I always see it at Christmas, like near Christmas. It says wrap a bunch of empty boxes in Christmas gift for your kids. And then when they're bad, toss one into the fireplace. Like, that's so horrible.
Oh my gosh.
That's awful. I put my kids' gifts in a tote that I marked cleaning supplies and stuck it in the garage because
there you go.
When they were young, they didn't look. I wouldn't fool them now, but
yeah, now the cleaning supply words don't scare them. They're going to look in there and see.
Right, they're going to look everywhere.
Yeah, true. Never have I ever re-gifted a gift for somebody else.
I don't know. I can't remember if I ever.
I have. Like I have. But yeah.
I think I've resent a Christmas card though, because my uncle, he would never sign them. He would just give us empty blank cards. Here you go. This is your card. Never said love Uncle Gene or nothing. It was just blank. So it's like, oh, I can give that to somebody else.
Well, I mean, so like mine, like it's never like malicious intent, obviously, but most of mine, like I'm allergic to a lot of stuff. So like I don't do a lot of lotions, especially smelly and like perfumes and stuff. But when I was growing up, like everybody gave like Bath and Body Works. I think they're great, but I can't use them. So I would be like, well, somebody else should have them that can. Wrap them up, give them to the next person. Yeah.
Well, that's not like bad or with malicious intent or anything like that. You're just trying to get rid of something you can't use.
Yeah. No, it's never like that. So I thought this one was like, and sometimes it may be on accident, but never have I ever accidentally or purposely told a child that Santa wasn't real. I have never. That's one I've never. But I could see accidentally doing it. But I
was gonna say I don't think I have. I try to pretend really well when there's little kids around, so I don't think I have.
I don't think I have. I don't know. We sort of go with it here. When my oldest was old enough to kind of spoil it for the younger ones, I told him, he's demanding that I admit that this is an impossibility. And inside, he's like, I don't know, they get to like this age in elementary school where it's everything's black and white, it's justice and the truth must be. And I said, you're asking some good questions and I'm really going to have to figure this out, but I'm pretty sure if you don't believe in him, he probably won't bring gifts this year. So you could find out that way. I don't know. It's an experiment we can try. He quit saying it. And we just let it go.
Yeah, no, I'm like, man, that would be pretty petty to like be like tell a kid on purpose. Like if you did it accidentally, but just to be like, especially like if you're older and you're just like some kid annoys you. Yeah, well, Santa isn't real. I'm like,
that's what I was like. I don't think I have. I don't think.
Never have I ever bought a gift on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day for somebody. I've never done that.
Oh, I've done that. I'm a procrastinator.
I don't think I have. I am a planner, so I usually try to do everything.
I pretty much buy all my gifts Christmas Eve.
Oh my goodness.
It
makes it exciting.
I would just be so stressed out. I could not do that. Plus, I don't like. Well, where I grew up, nothing would be open. I mean, I lived in an Amish community. It was barely open as it is.
Yeah, well, everybody gets something from Walmart when I shop.
Oh, well, then
they're always open.
Yeah. I may need a drink by the time I get home because, it's always like a mess on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, yeah.
So just a few more. Never have I ever kissed Santa. I have not.
I did sit on Santa's lap when I was like 18, and I thought he looked awfully happy that I was sitting there. Me and my friend both. He's like, ho ho ho, because we never had our we were at the mall, and we were like, now we don't know if we want to go. Come sit on Santa's lap, and we're like, oh.
That's funny. I've not done that. Never have I ever eaten an advent calendar in one day. I thought that was hilarious. I've not done that.
I've probably come pretty close. Oh my gosh. So they had these wine advent calendars oh my gosh. And I got up at insane o'clock to be there to get my hands on one of these things. And I got a couple. One was for me, and one was for my mother-in-law, and one was for my best friend. But I had a really rough, really challenging holiday day. And I think only one of those advent calendars made it to Christmas Day.
like, sorry, Mom, I had you a gift.
That is hilarious because the very last one is, have I ever kept a gift or used a gift that was for someone else?
Look, I needed it more than they did.
I've bought books for somebody and read the book first.
Well, that's a good idea.
That's just economical.
Legit.
Form. It's just economical. All right, and
I'm like a really good reader. I don't bin things or anything, so they wouldn't even know it was.
Never know. The very last one. Never have I ever passed off a store-bought bakery item as my own.
Anyone who knows me would know there's no way. The only thing I can make is rum cake. The rest is.
Well, you know,
are you noticing a pattern?
We can only make one thing. Let it be rum cake.
It's
I don't think I've ever let it pass as my own, but I mean, because usually it's like the Walmart run and it's got the Walmart stickers on top.
Yeah.
Look what I made. And they're like, yeah, right, okay.
Yeah. I don't think I have, because I'm like you, Storm. I'll just buy it and take it like still in the package if that's what I'm gonna do, So well, that was fun. Thank you for playing. It's church and bingo in small town I grew up at. Yeah. I haven't done that. Never. I did it as a kid. They're talking about unwrapping the gift and rewrapping it. I was halfway through the book before I realized the name of the Christmas tree farm was reindeer. I thought it was mistletoe or the family name. Gotcha. Mistletoe, Maine is a really cute name for a town.
Yes.
I mean,
cute.
It really works. I always unwrap and wrap gifts under the tree. I wanted to know what it was. That's where your son gets it. No kidding.
See, curious minds as a sign of intelligence.
There you go. My mom shops all year round and hides them and forgets where she hides them close to Christmas time and has to reach out, but she randomly finds things here and there. That is awesome. That is awesome. If I was you, I would after the holidays go and look everywhere and see what other things I could find.
My parents never put the Christmas gifts out that early. So, I mean, they'd always hold them back until about Christmas Eve or whatever. You don't really have much of a chance to snoop too much. You'd have those basic gifts under there, and then you'd wake up and there's a whole bunch more because Santa Claus.
Yeah. And Bianca says, "Yeah, I've regifted." Yeah, sure, I used gifts to give someone else. I've regifted or given away for a charity event. Yeah, awesome. Yes, regifted. Regina says, "No, I've never regifted." Yes, to have registered sometimes it's better suited to someone else.
Well, they have if you go to the white elephant gifting thing.
Yeah.
Those are purposely for regifting. So it's you don't feel so bad about I didn't want this, so I can give it to somebody else now.
See, Bianca's the same way. She can't do smelly stuff, and she's sensitive, just like I was saying. And so you want somebody to enjoy it.
True.
He said my in-laws do that as a game every Christmas. Oh, that's awesome. I can't have candles as they are bad for my parrots. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah. In those oh my gosh, the diffusers.
The diffuser. Yeah.
They sometimes, some of those are harmful for cats and animals, depending on what they put out. And yeah, good point. Never. I don't remember telling my daughter that Santa wasn't real. Yeah. 3, gosh, I hope not. What a dream crasher that would be. Exactly. Like I said, I mean, I don't think I ever have, but at least hopefully it was an accident if I ever did. But I'm not around that many kids, so I'm pretty sure I haven't. Never would I tell a child that Santa wasn't real. Yeah. Never. When my grandparents asked, when my grandson asked, I tell him it's the spirit of Christmas, so there must be a Santa. Oh, that's a good answer.
It is.
That's a good answer. Never about Santa. I re-gifted a poinsettia from work when the cats were alive. They were poisonous to cats, and my director got so mad. I accused her of wanting to kill my cats. There's always a little bit more to the story, isn't there?
Are you trying to kill my cat? Is that why you gave this to me for Christmas?
Pest.
That's going to be in a book, you know.
That's fabulous.
I quickly grabbed my headphones just now because they're next to me. I heard I told a kid and I muted it so fast. Good call.
Good. Those are mama reflexes.
Yeah, good call. I've never done that. I always shop Christmas Eve. You too, Regina.
You guys are wild. The pressure.
I'm with you. I'm at home drinking the wine advent calendar on Christmas Eve.
You know, I've never had an advent calendar, so.
Oh, well, it's really funny because when you're little, December seems like it's like 365 days by itself.
Yeah.
And then you add the advent calendar where your parents are like, here's one day. I'm like, we just made it like feel like 2 years worth of time, you know? Like how
we never had those growing up, so yeah, we just
man. And now it feels like, didn't we just celebrate Christmas?
Yeah,
yes.
And we're, you know, in the middle of July. It's insane to me, but it's so funny. I'm like, yeah.
Well, I feel like they just commercialism rushes Christmas and rushes things because there's already Halloween stuff out and it's July. Yeah. It's like, can we get through the summer first?
Yeah.
And in October, since it's Halloween, it'll be Christmas time. It'll be Christmas.
Yep. I agree. No, I'm a planner. I spend so much time picking out gifts for people. Plus, I like to get like deals. So I'll buy gifts like even throughout the year if something's on sale that I know someone will want.
Yep.
I'm like one of those that never knows what anybody wants, so they just get basics.
Well, I mean, now that I'm
here's your receipt. You don't like it, take it back.
Take it back.
Well, I feel like now that I'm older, it's just basically all gift cards, and it's just whatever gift card place or you would want. Like I get the bookstore, my husband gets like a GameStop. You know what I mean? We all have our own, but it feels kind of funny sometimes because you're like handing a gift card to someone, and that's like what they're handing you back. But like, you know what I mean? But when everybody was younger, we used to do just, you know, obviously more regular gift type stuff. But I prefer the gift card because then you get what you want. You know?
My brother, that he's gotten me like the last several years is an Amazon card. So he's like,
yeah,
perfect.
Get your books.
Right. And you want to get everyone something that they want.
Yeah. And you know, so now that she says that, I might have like, if I realized, I might need an extra gift card, I might have bought like that at the spur of the moment just to make sure I had like enough for everybody or something like that. Yeah. The only way I would shop at last minute if someone was coming to Christmas I didn't know was coming.
Last year was so hard because like I don't like it when you do you have to buy a gift that's like a boy or a girl depending, you know, like so my dad got a boy gift and I got a girl gift, then you take them all there and then you have numbers and you have to draw and all that stuff because it's like, what if my gift isn't as good as everybody else's? And so then you have to really think hard on what you're getting and you only have $10 to spend.
Oh yeah, that's hard.
Yeah,
that's hard.
That's too much pressure for me.
I used to work at Toys R Us. We used to get so many people on Christmas Eve. That's insane to me. You never kissed Santa either? Nope. 6, no, but I could. Yes, I think that's the Advent one. That's what it's. Yes, I've eaten them in one day. No patience. Yes.
Well, I mean, if you get the chocolate ones or whatever it is, and you get the first chocolate and it's really good, I can see, well, let's see, what's this one going to be? And what's this one going to be? And what's this one?
Yeah. Well, and now they have like really cool advents, like Julie was saying with like wine, but like anything you can possibly think of. I've seen ones that are teas
and
coffees and
my daughter got a lip gloss. She's got, you know, she's one of those people with the car lip gloss and the room and the backpack lip gloss. So she had a whole
that is awesome.
You get me a Reese's one and I'll probably eat it all in one day.
That's just mean. That's like a torture device. Like, you get that for your enemies. You give them one a day Reese's.
I saw one that was a cheese last year, and I saw a really cool one that was like different crystal rocks. I mean, like, you know, like for someone who's into like crystals.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like you can find any kind of thing for an advent calendar now. So
I've seen some that even they have like you can buy like books or something from someplace or whatever, and they come with a number on them, and you like open them up on the day or whatever or something.
That is really cool. Yes, completely gave a gift, kept a gift for meant for somebody else. Yeah. No, I've never done that. Yes, but I buy more than one. Oh, that's smart. Like if you think you might want a gift to keep a gift, that's smart. No, everyone I know knows I can't bake. No way to pass it off as my own. Gotcha. It is.
Yeah, just read it and then send it on.
Sometimes, I just think different about stuff. It's very economical. No. Where is all the rum gone? I would never pass off something as my own that I didn't make. There's a really good cozy mystery series that's called Undercover Dish series. And her business is like for people who can't bake or can't cook, but they need something and they don't want other people to know. So they'll like hire her to make something to bring like to the church bake off or to the.
I love that. That's so clever.
But then during the first book, they're poisoned with that dish. And so then they're like, well, I didn't make it. She did.
Well, then you have to out yourself.
Exactly. It was brilliant until 10 minutes in. No kidding. Everyone knows I can't cook or bake.
Same.
Well, everyone that I only bake one thing, and that's pumpkin cookies. So they expect the pumpkin cookies and nothing else.
There you go.
Yeah, you get known for your thing.
Yeah.
This is funny. This is me at every my daughter's a cheerleader, and all the cheer moms are always putting together a meal, like prep calendar for the girls if they're going to be there at church camp, or I don't know if it's going on all day. I open that email immediately so I can jump to the bottom and choose plates. I'll bring plates and napkins. I'm on it.
They'll be the best plates ever. That is awesome. I love alliterations and puns. Me too. Bianca, you and I are like this. I just went to visit her and left with gifts, and her going, these were supposed to be Christmas gifts, but as usual, I couldn't find them. Wait, Santa isn't real. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I don't know. I see the previous comment that was so good earlier. Christmas. It's the spirit of Christmas, so there must be a Santa, Cav. Sorry about that. Oh, another one. Sorry. No. The Christmas spirit is alive and well.
Yes.
Does anyone reuse the gift bags? It's tradition in our family. I have a gift bag that says 2-person 1 that is scratched out and a few names under it to get it and see.
That's so cute. I keep the bags.
I redo bags. Yeah. Well, it's like you either reuse them or throw them away, and some of them are really pretty. And
I can't bring myself to throw them away.
Absolutely. I read
it's like the person that unwraps their gift really because they're like, well, you can reuse the wrapping.
I don't do that.
You can't do that. You have to have the exact same size box because they're creased.
But I see people that do that, and I'm like, I reach over there and go, just rip it open.
It's Santa isn't real. Oh my God. She says, LOL, Cav, great minds. You guys crack me up. Oh, thank you. We need to have a Tizzy or a drink advent calendar where we do it in one night. Yes. I live in like just this boozy neighborhood because everything like turns into like because I live in Florida, like for Halloween, trick-or-treating is done all outside. Like people sit outside and have a big block party. And for the last 3 years, they have a kids table and then you have a adult table for people who only live in your neighborhood walking. And we have a booth. They have a booth. Everybody makes a mixed drink, and everybody. Well, then we started doing it for 4th of July, apparently. Well, then they're like, hey, second Tuesday of the month's coming up. We need it. And I'm like, where do I live? What is going on?
I need to move there. Where do you live? I'm tired of Ohio.
I don't know. So funny. I'm like, okay. I am running away on Christmas Eve in heels. Next, you're gonna tell me, Kevin, the reindeer can fly. No. This past year, I had a tea advent calendar. I love giving advent calendars. Yeah. I saw a tea one that I really wanted. We recirculated. Yeah. Have y'all heard of the Giftster app? We use it. I've heard of Elfster.
I would say maybe that's the same thing. And we use the Elster in our Discord and exchange gifts and bookish gifts. So.
Love that.
My mother-in-law only does book advent for the littles in the family. That is really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Love that.
I gave book advent calendars. I want one of those. Not gonna lie, I'm jealous. I want the book advent. She picks out the books for each little. See, that is cool.
Yeah, it's like pick them out for me.
Right? I want that to be a real place. Oh wait, never mind. I will reuse a gift bag till the thing is falling apart. I reuse them too. Yes. Now the whole gift bag and then the names being scratched out, that you could somehow work into like part of your reindeer game for the book. That would be fun, like where they try to figure out who had it last, or I don't know, something.
Yeah, you guys, I should tell you before you wrap it up. Speaking of reindeer games, I just announced. I think I only really announced in my reader group. Should I wait? Should I say?
I'm excited.
Well, you can't stop now.
I signed a contract to write a book 5, and so I'm outlining that now.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that makes me
super excited. I am back in Mistletoe. The outline is due to the publisher at the end of the month. The book's due January 1st. The bad news is it won't come out next year because publishing is super slow. And in order for a book to come out next fall, I would have to turn it in by October 1st. And while I probably could, I'd also be a mess, and I'm not sure it'd be my best work. And so,
that's amazing.
Us faithful Christmas Tree Farm people waited between like 2 and 3, so I think we can do it.
Thank you. We'll miss one year, but I'll make it a good one. So I'm working on it now.
I feel like people are bringing back series that have been like, I mean, this hadn't necessarily ended, but what I'm saying is after 4 or 5, I mean, even longer than that. And I still am like, oh my gosh. So we can wait a year. That is so exciting.
I love it when I go and check like one of my favorite series, and it's like, wait, there's another book.
More. Yeah, I'm super stoked. I cannot wait.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
My friend will be so excited too, because I buddy read your Christmas Tree Farms with my friend every year that they're out, and so we waited patiently for that through.
Yeah, I thought this series was over at 2.
Yeah,
and the readers were reaching out to the publisher and contacting them. And so I was at a convention, and the person that owns or operates the press took me to dinner, and I was thinking, I'm in trouble. What have I done? You know, he's never done this before. They said the readers started a petition. They just kept coming at us, and we just want to know, can you do more? And that's why there was a gap, because I thought it was over. And I think the publisher thought it was over too, but the readers were not. No, it was not over. So
that is amazing. Yay. And that is amazing. You know, you could do a contest of like in your Facebook group of like, what should the next reindeer games be, or something like that.
Well, I should ask about reindeer games.
Like, and make it some sort of like, I don't know.
Yeah, because I thought I was going to write something else next. And I started asking my group, what should I name this person? What kind of theme should this be? And I wrote the action sequence in an outline, and I was filling in the details. So I'll do the Christmas one that way. And then that way I know the readers are getting exactly what they want. That's what I'm here for.
I'll be the killer. She wants to be a victim. I always want to be
Oh, people are very excited.
Yay. Got to come up with some new reindeer games now.
Yes. Oh, gosh.
It's so exciting.
If it goes on much further, like if there's a book 6, I mean, because they're only once a year, right? Their relationship, they're going to have to, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like a regular series where you could say, you know, only a couple months have gone by, because it's obviously a new year every Christmas.
Yeah.
So things with Holly and Evan, they can't do slow burn. A whole year has passed.
Well, yeah, you know, I think that would be okay. He's so sweet. He's like one of the best males and for
Yeah.
like books for cozies. I think so. I agree. I have some bags I won't get rid of because of my grandmother's name is on it. Oh, that's cool. So it was her handwriting for my name. The best way of Mr. Christmas was her favorite. That is really awesome.
Yeah.
That is really awesome. Yay, I was holding back about asking about a new book because the fourth book isn't out yet. That makes me so happy. I'm not ready to let these characters go.
Same. Thank you.
See, Cav is just like you, Tiffany. She wants to ask about that next book
I
after she's read
know.
the one.
I know. I know. I really am trying to be better because, like I said, I'll read it in a day and then I'll like message the person and I'm like, hey, when's book? And they're like, literally, it came out 8 hours ago. Like, okay.
I'm always like, is there going to be another one? I hope there's going to be another one. Please let there be another one. She's like, I can never put it on my finished or my caught up list. I always put it on my caught up list because I'm holding out for another book.
Oh, you know, Helen has a pretty amazing idea if they'd let you.
Oh, next July. That's worth mentioning to them. I mean, all they can say is we don't really think so, but
yeah,
that would actually
it would be neat to see what they're doing. Heck, they could be doing a Christmas in July in Mistletoe for like, because it's I mean, the town relies on tourism.
Right.
Helen.
Yeah, it's like, what do they do when they're not, doing
Cajun said the same thing. They could do Christmas in July to like a little like novella, 2 books a year. That would be amazing. Those are great ideas. Cajun, Helen, nice. Oh, I put off reading the last book or 2 when I come to the ending of a series. See, I'm telling you, Bianca and I are like the same person because I like if I know a series is over, sometimes I'll wait because if I don't read the last book, it means it hasn't ended. In my mind.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh well, it's clearly not over. I haven't read the last book. It'll be like finished like 6 years ago.
Yeah, I did that for a while, and it's like, oh, I have to finish this series so that I can say goodbye. But it's like, oh,
it's hard to say goodbye.
It is like the Christmas in July idea. Susan says, congrats,
Thank
Julie.
you, Susan.
Or maybe they could take a trip to a beachy town and grab tea. They
I like that.
Advent calendar of
a trip to
wine.
Boston.
Yeah, Caroline could. Yeah, true. Oh, that's a good idea. Like Evan and her could go to Boston to meet his family or something like that.
Yeah. That's like Boston.
Thank you for finishing the seaside, Bianca.
Oh, I'm still in the middle of that one. I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I haven't done it yet. I know it's a finished series. I think that's the thing. It's like when you know it's a finished series, it's like
it's a finished series.
Downloaded book 2 of the Bonnie and Clyde, and that's another series of yours that I think is so fantastic.
I need to get to that one. It sounds like a lot.
It's really fantastic.
And
I need to read some of your like intrigue or whatever. I have one.
Oh, yeah, the romantic suspense.
Yeah, I like that stuff. Yeah.
Thank you.
Our friend that comes on lives with us often, she reads cozies, but she's also more of a romance person because she reads. How many Harlequins do you think she owns? Like, I mean, thousands upon
collects Harlequins. Or Sarah like from the Bookish Murder. I don't know if you might know her. But
I do know Sarah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, every time we're like, oh, Julie's one of our favorite cozies. She's like, she writes romance too. We're like, oh, yeah. we know.
I just finished the last book in a new Harlequin miniseries. And so there'll be 4 books out soon, 2 this fall and 2 in the spring. So yay.
Well, she always shouts out
She probably has thousands of Harlequins on her show.
I mean, yeah. I've been reading 1 book a year of the Seaside Cafe because I know there are only 7 in the series. And I'm really trying to make it last. Regina, I feel you.
I told myself I can finish that series this year. I only have 4 left. And then the year gets by, and it's like, well, I'm gonna have to read one.
So many. There's been a lot of talk around the Seaside series for television. And a year ago when it started, the writers went on strike in the fall. And it came back up again about around the 4th, right before the 4th of July.
Oh.
I had a very impressive Zoom call with some very important people. And they were hoping things would settle. And then they said they were going to get back to me the week of the 10th. And the actors went on strike too.
And then it went on strike again. Yeah.
So fingers are crossed. I am of the mind that we didn't come this far to only come this far. So
yeah.
I think they need to do the Christmas tree farm one.
See, that would be awesome. But in my interviews, I always ask, every single author interview, I always ask, who would you want to play your main characters if Hallmark did your series? See, it's paid off. Now it's finally because I always tell people, they're like, well, I don't know. I'm like, I'm trying to prepare you because
speak it out into the air so that it happens. That's what
I'm sure if Hallmark calls, they're going to want your input on casting, which I know is not true. That's the joke. But I'm like, I just want you guys to be prepared. So see, it's finally paid off. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. That is congratulations.
Yeah,
well,
cool.
Hopefully you hear something. That would be amazing.
Keeping the hope, manifesting, make it happen. Yeah.
I'm up to book 4 and the Bonnie and Clyde. Yes.
Thank you for reading them.
I love the Seaside series. Haven't finished it yet. I'm so sorry I took so long. Things came up and I didn't want to let it go, but I'm back on track to reading.
Life. Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, good. Sarah's great. And which series do you read? Do you read as Julie Chase? Because I just read one of those.
Those were the Kitty Couture books.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was trying to think. I was like, because
them.
That was like my first series with you. I think was the Kitty Couture.
That was my first series that I got paid to write. I had written and published a bunch of stuff before that, but it was, I don't know. It wasn't. This was my first.
Before we go, I would be remiss if I didn't say your Apple Cider Shop series is amazing as well. So I think that's the only one we haven't mentioned. And that is one that if people just say, I'm new to cozies, where should I start? That's one of the series that I tell people is the Apple Cider series. I think it's just a really good representation of a traditional cozy, or what I think of to me. And
it's one if they ask I need a good fall book or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It is fantastic. I absolutely loved it. Fingers crossed when the strike is over. We hear about the FA.
I'm hoping. I'm telling you, it's gonna be. It'll defy the odds.
I'm on my 3rd Bonnie and Clyde. Excellent. Hey Sherry. Sherry says love, Julie. Oh, Bianca said that the Kitty Couture was her first cozy series ever.
That was my first cozy. I had tried writing cozies before, but they kept coming out as amateur sleuths. So they were a little too Janet Ivanovich. They weren't traditional cozies. And the Kitty Couture was the first time I got it right. And I think that's where my career.
It would be kind of hard if you write the intrigue and stuff, and you're used to that to try to solve.
Yes, it's a wacky balance. My intrigues, they're always okay, no, limit these jokes. This is not supposed to be fun. Not that kind of fun. And then on the other side, the cozies, sometimes my abduction scenes get too intense, and my editors.
I was going to say, you can tell that your suspense writing comes out with when she gets those letters, stay away, do that, you get the suspense. It's I can tell that you write other stuff because those things.
I saw it in this one when she was running barefoot in the snow. I was like, geez, Julie, this is not very cozy ending. They're supposed to just be the Spider-Man meme where they're pointing. He's just freezing to death and oh my goodness, it was intense.
It was intense. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Oh, somebody else, another apple cider lover. Exactly. I've told Julia before about saying is that my cozy bar high. I agree.
Yep.
I love the kitty couture.
Yay,
Yes.
thank you.
I've read so many cozies now, though, that my cozy bar is set pretty high anyway. So it's like,
Seaside got me through a hard time, and Christmas brought me back. Thank you, Julie. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
that's cool.
That is really cool.
that's everything. Thank you.
That is really cool. This was awesome. Love your book, Tiffany and Storm. Great hosting. Download Kitty Couture on Audible. Yes, all of them are available on Audible Plus. My TBR just grew big time. And then, so I don't forget, on the Cozy Queens, which is her Facebook group, Jillian Lindsay's Facebook group, her next is August 13th for book 2. And then on here is August 23rd. Yeah, we're in August next month. So that will be for book 2. So come with your thoughts, your questions, anything else. Julie, seriously, thank you so much for coming on. And I can't tell you how excited I am that you're going to be writing a 5th book. This is I love all of your things, but this is by far one of my favorites. It's so whimsical. It's so cozy.
It's top tier favorites for me and my friend too. Like we always have to buddy read them together. So
it means so much.
I like Cajun's comment. Can you see Cajun's comment there?
Yep, I'm getting right now. I bet that ending scene was super cozy. I may or may not have been teary in a good way. Oh.
You guys, I was having a so day until now, and you have just filled me up. I'm just going to float the rest of my night on happy thoughts. Thank you so much for reading my stories. And I know it's corny, but I always tell my readers, like, you make my dream possible. I don't know what else I would do other than this. And every time you pick up one of my books, you're helping me do this thing. Thank you.
Well, it's amazing.
You keep writing them, we'll keep reading them.
100%.
Thank you.
Yeah. This was so much fun. Thank you, Julie, for taking the time to chat. I'm off to pick up dinner. Ooh, have a good night, Regina. Thank you for hosting. I enjoy you all. Oh, awesome, Bianca. Such a fun time. I love the Seaside Cafe and Christmas Dream Farm series. My absolute favorites. Yes, Christine. Thank you so much. This was great. Looking forward to number 2. I love the way the second book ended. Yes. This was so much fun. Thank you. And then Nikki says, this was fun. Thanks. This was fun. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So excited for you. Can't wait to hear about the Seaside Cafe coming up on the big screen. Let us know all about the details, because
I'll keep you posted. Thank you.
Storm, thanks for jumping on with me.
Yes,
and
it was so nice to meet you.
Next
month.
Nice
to meet you.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.